Hi, this is Mark from Right Line Trading. Today is today's 8/7/14, and I wanted to go over today's trading. Today was not an easy day to trade, and at least it wasn't for me. And let's go to the start on the Russell. Now, we already reviewed this with everybody in the room. Let me take off some of these lines. Now, the first trade I took was a break of the 50 here. Okay, hold on one second here. I'm sorry. There we go. And then I'll move up, and then I took the short. What I have to be careful with is the commitment of the modified 15. If that modified 15 has not either threatening to or crossing the 50, this becomes a very treacherous trade. And you can see that the market just overran the entry for -2. Now the next trade was really, really a nice trade. I'll move up, retracement, and then along. And it failed for -15. 2 trades, 2 losses. So I actually had a third loss, so I started really, really in the hole. About $600 down. But you just have to stay with the system. If you trust it, it's going to come through for you. So the next trade on the Russell was a break. Move up. Only now I had the commitment of the 15. And this one shot down a total of 12. But I closed the trade at +8. So we had 2 contracts off at +7, 2 contracts off at +1. Then, same thing again. And I have to be very careful with these trades in the market, which is very, very unforgiving. Break, retracement, but the 15 was way above the 50. And you see this trade? I closed it early and went for -7. So I took 3 losers today on the Russell. Then finally we went into a nice trend mode, and we picked up 2 huge trades, which I didn't monetize as well as I could. Now we're on a 7-tick trailer, which on a 13 range chart is rugged. Now this first entry was a really beautiful entry, and you can see it. The move down, the retracement, and this one went down 38 ticks. But I took 2 off at 7, target 1, 1 off at 12, target 2, and then it started coming back, so I closed it off. If I hadn't closed it off, this last candle would have run to 22 ticks. Same thing here. Didn't monetize the entire run, and this went 29. So we captured 60 ticks of movement, but didn't monetize this enough. And that came back to hurt us today. That was it for the Russell. So we had 3 really nice 13 range winners on the Russell, 2 of which went about 30 ticks each. Just not able to monetize them like I should have. Now, we were actually able to get a really, really nice move to the downside, retracement, and down. This trade in total went 17 ticks, but we're on a 5-tick trailer. So I took 2 off at 5 and 2 off at 8, and I monetized that pretty well. Then I took a bounce off the 50 down here. As soon as it failed, I closed the trade at -1. Then the trade retraced back to the 50 and then engulfed again, or it came right off the 50 again to the downside. So I took it short again. This one went 9. It just could not break the modified 15 and then turned around. Now that was our last trade of the day. And we did have a trade on gold, which was a perfect trade. I mean, there's nothing you can do about these trades. That's why this was a hard day to trade and why you have to stay ultra conservative. This was a perfect break of the 15. You can see the 50's down, the 15's down. You're breaking the 15 with order flow and momentum in your direction with no follow through whatsoever. You even had background bias, everything here in your favor telling you that this is going to be a continuation trade to the downside. Did not work. But we traded out of a big hole despite all of these losses and wound up with $10 of profit today. And I'll show you how we did. Now, we have way too many trades today, and that happens when you have a rugged day. We had 6 winners, 3 losers. One of the losers was a 1-tick scratch loss. On the Russell, which is the 13 range, we were +9 and +13. On the +13, I took 2 off at 7, 1 off at 12, and 1 off at 9. Then we had +9, just our normal ATM strategy, no early close, +8. Then I had the -15 and the -7. Crude, I went +8, 2 off at 5, 2 off at 8, +9. And then I had the -1 scratch loss and the gold loss for -10. Net ticks were 23. Net equity was $10. Now, the auto trader had 1 trade and 1 loss. I'll show you that trade. Again, that was a perfect trade. And yesterday, the auto trader made $900 on 3 second target wins. And this is the auto trader loss right here. Just a perfect move up. It waited for the most conservative entry with no follow through. Tough market. But, we traded through. When we're down a large sum of money, it's not, in my opinion, it is not a time to close. It is not a time to turn tail and run, because you're going to get your conservative signals and they're going to work. And as the trading day progressed, the last trade we took was a +9 tick winner that set up on crude, and we just slowly busted our way back. So we now have, actually, even though this is only a $10 win, and we actually lost money in commissions in terms of net equity in the trading room, we've been profitable every day this week, and I think we've been profitable. I think we're profitable 4 out of 5 days last week. So we're still pushing up. So I look forward to having everyone in the trading room. If there's any parable or anything to take away from today's trading, it is wait for that modified 15 to cross the 50. If you want to take the breaks of the 50 and the retracements, this one, if anything is going to run, this is the one that's going to run. It's a clean break of the 50. You've got order flow and momentum with you. You've background bias with you. Everything is telling you that you're going to go to the downside. But that modified 15, way above the 50, is really a liability. And if you want to stay conservative, as I've always said, my mantra is it's not about the number of winners, it's the number of losers. Even if this runs and leaves you in the dust, it's better to let it go. And the other time that it happened to me, I only took a 2-tick loss, but twice I tried it and twice it failed. This conservative entry, very rarely does a retracement right into the modified 15 like this not go to at least to a first target. Today it happened. But we finished up with a net equity of 10. Now the auto trader has one loss. It may wind up making that money back. We don't know. It's still trading. But that's how we're finishing for the day. And again, another takeaway message is, again, don't quit if you're down. I personally don't believe in setting a loss amount because our trades win. And if you open up with a couple of aggressive trades like I did that didn't win, you're going to start getting these beautiful conservative trend trades. They're going to come one after the other. We're on every one of them. We monetized it, and we made back all the money that we gave away. So listen, we're looking forward to having everybody come into the room. Here is the link to our website, www.rodlinetrading.com. In there, you'll find a link to the daily net equity in the trading room, a link to the daily net equity of the auto trader, and also a link to our free sign up to come into the trading room. You can call us at 1-855-765-6681 anytime. We're here to answer questions, and we get a lot of them. And so we hope you have a nice afternoon, and we look forward to having everybody in the room. So have a great afternoon, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.